Supplies, supplies. Happy hobby. I'm David Gannis, and today we're talking about sports card supplies. All the best supplies that you want to get for your collection to help improve, protect, and display your sports card collection. That's what this is all about. I wrote an article for this on davidgannis.com, so you could go there and you'll get all the links to specifically the supplies that I'm going to be telling you about. Most of these supplies I've personally used and I like, and there's brands that I go back to regularly. That's what this article is all about, because we're about collecting cards on a budget. That's what this video channel is all about, really. So when you buy supplies, you want to use that money to go buy cards, but you got to buy the supplies to protect the cards you like. So it's kind of like it's a vicious circle. So that's what this is about: spending the least amount of money to make sure that your awesome cards stay awesome and that you save some money to then go out and buy new cards. Now, I will tell you the links on my website, and I put a link in the description to the article on my website. The links on my website are affiliate links. They go to eBay or they go to Amazon, and these are products. Some of these products I use regularly. I regularly buy them. So, but some of them I've never used, and I'll mention some of those as well. And the other thing about collecting on limited budget is you don't want to pay a bunch for shipping. So most of the links on this article are the things that have free shipping to you. So you can buy the supplies, get them shipped to you free, so you're not spending that extra money for stuff you don't want to spend it on. But if you do buy off of those links, I very much appreciate it. That helps support the website, helps support this YouTube channel. You're already supporting it by watching my video, but if you feel like buying some supplies, then I'll be surprised. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's do this. So the first one on the list is the card centering tool. Now, you can find card centering tools. They're kind of everywhere. A lot of different companies have them. But this one I like. You can basically helps you center the tool when you're trying to submit it for grading. You want to know if it's centered. Is it 55-45? Is it more than that, which means it's going to probably drop in grade? So you want to know that before you submit a card you think is a Gem Mint 10. And you also want to make sure you clean these cards well, especially chromium cards. You want to clean the shine on them. You want to make sure there's no fingerprints, no smudges, no schmutz. You don't want anything on the card when the grading company is going to grade it. So you take a microfiber cloth and you're going to go from the inside out and wipe the card down. By the way, that's one of my tips for grading, getting your cards graded, which is also a new article I recently posted on my site. But go from the inside out when you do wipe these cards down, because you don't want to catch a corner going back and forth, and then you catch a corner. And it doesn't matter if you wipe it down at that point. And then penny sleeves. Penny sleeves. We love penny sleeves. They're literally all about a penny a piece. But you have to get penny sleeves. It's the first protection against the outside world for your precious sports card. So you want to make sure you get it in a penny sleeve, nice and safe, and then you put that into a top loader. But before you put the card into the sleeve, snip a little corner off the top. That's another one of my tips that's in that tips article I mentioned. I'll put a link in the description of that as well. You want to snip the corner, then when you put the card in, it won't catch the corner. That is a good idea, because you want to send a card in that has 4 great corners. And then you put that into a top loader. I love Ultra Pro top loaders. Those are the ones I go to regularly. They have 100 in a box. That also comes with a bag of 100 penny sleeves. So that's a pretty good little kit right there. But you can get that on Amazon for about $15. I have a link on that. Ultra Pro are the guys I use the most. Cardboard Gold I've used before. They're okay. There's some companies that I've used that chip. They're really pliable and they're not super strong, and they chip, and that's bad for your cards. And then they bend a little too easy, so it's a little too pliable for me. I like the Ultra Pro the best for me. Of course, if you have a card that's a thicker card, say it's a jersey patch card, or it's got a little slice of a bat relic in there, well, you want to put those cards in a thick top loader. Ultra Pro also has those in all the different sizes. And again, you can find those on Amazon. I have the link here. But you want to know how thick those cards are before you put it into any card holder, or before you buy thick top loaders, right? So I have a link to the BCW card thickness tool. It's less than $2. You want to get this. It's less than $2 on eBay. I have the link there. Find out the thickness. 35 point, is it 100 point, is it 130 point? Find out the thickness before you spend money on some thick card holders. Also, I like Ultra Pro team bags. Those are good as well. Team bags hold about 30 cards in them. This is for when you don't want to put them all on top loaders, but you still want to protect them. Or maybe it's something you're going to send to somebody, ship to somebody, and again, you don't want to put them all on top loaders. So you just put a few into a team bag, and it has a little resealable strip so it keeps them closed and safe. And then when you do go to grade the cards, you want to use the card saver. I like card saver 1. There's card saver 1, 2, I think 3 and 4 maybe even. I like card saver 1. It's bigger, it's a little wider, it gives a little more room for you to get your card down in there. Speaking of which, use one of those thick cards from before. Not a good thick card. Somebody, a scrub that you got a jersey patch from. Jam it into that card saver, and you'll make room for the card that you're putting in there. It's a good little tip. And then once you do get your graded cards back, once you get your slabs back, you want to put them in a graded card sleeve. This is protecting the thing that's protecting your card. It's a sleeve that goes on the outside of the acrylic case, still see-through, but this way it doesn't get scratches on the acrylic case. It's a little more protected. It looks good, especially when you ship it to somebody. You want to put it in that in case it might get scratched in shipping. You don't want to do that. Now, there are sleeves for slabs from PSA and Beckett, some of the other companies, but there's also sleeves for SGC cards. SGC cards are a little wider, they're a little taller, so you want sleeves that can fit all of them, or you want, if you just have PSA, you just want the ones that fit the PSA. I like the ones with a little angled flap on the top that closes down. It's easy to open up and close back up. Now, if you don't want to get your card graded, but you love your card and you want to protect it and you want to display it, you could put it into one of these magnetic one-touch. They're called one-touch because you really only touch them once, put them in there, and they're good. And it comes off, it's hinged. You put the card in there, close this up, and it seals up. You can hear it catch. One-touch card holder, magnetic card holders. And again, they come in different thicknesses, so make sure you check the thickness of your card before you buy some magnetic card holders for it. BCW makes 5,000 count card storage boxes, cardboard boxes for 5,000. So it's like 5 rows of 1,000 each. Now these are for raw cards. These aren't sleeved cards. They're not top loaders or protectors or anything like that. But for me, this is what I use for my commons. Big 5,000 count boxes. Put your commons in there. Once a year, you go back through those cards, and there might be some guys that sprouted up out of, like Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker blew up, and now you go through your old cards, your commons, and find a Kyle Tucker that maybe you forgot about or missed. Now you can protect it. But this 5,000 count, that's more for your commons or your sets. Then we have another box. It's another BCW storage box that you can put 100 graded slabs in. It's a little taller. Or you can fit 300 cards that are in top loaders in this box. I like these thinner boxes because they get heavy eventually. Even the 5,000 count boxes, those are very heavy. Not just pretty heavy, they're very heavy. You ain't shipping anything in those, I'll tell you that. But these with the 100 graded slabs or the 300 top loaders, much more easy to maneuver and manage. Now, if you're going to a card show and you want to bring some slabs with you to trade or to sell, then you want to bring a graded slab, a graded card briefcase. Something that has locks on it, something that has protection. So this one I linked on here is to eBay. It's $129.99, $130, but 70 slabs you can get in there, and it has the foam inside to help protect it. It's got 2 padlock sides on it, so that's pretty helpful for you to take to a card show. Now, one of my favorite and best value per dollar, or the best enjoyment per dollar that you're going to get, are these display cases up here. Now, these are 36 card display, 4 rows, 9 cards each. And the way I do mine is I have my basketball card display over here, my football card one, and my baseball card one. And each one I have my 36 favorite graded cards from that sport, and I have them all chronologically. It's a whole thing. It's fun. I enjoy it. But to get to see these, they have little locks in the bottom. I don't know if you can see them there. They have little locks when you get a key, and you help protect them. $70, less than $70 on Amazon. So again, check the link there. I bought 3 of them. I bought one, loved it enough to where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get 2 more of these pronto. One thing I want to mention is these do fit all the slabs. Now the SGC slabs will be a little snug when you put them in there, but they'll tilt back and they move around fine. But just putting them in initially, they're a little snug. One thing I want to mention is you can only fit 5 SGC slabs per row, and then 4 smaller slabs like PSA slabs along with it on a row. If you want to go all SGC slabs, you're only going to be able to get 8 on a row. I just want to make sure y'all know about that before you buy them. So it could be a 32 card SGC display. Another thing I love now, I haven't bought these, but I thought it's an option for somebody that doesn't want to display 36 cards, or maybe they just have a few cards. This is from BCW. They have interlocking graded card frames. So you buy this pack, it's like 31 bucks on eBay. You get 4 of these interlocking card frames, and they go together. And then you can buy more and fit all these things together. It looks awesome. I think it's a pretty cool idea. You can do different configurations, but that's pretty genius, and it's good on them for coming up with something like that. Now I also have this curio cabinet right here. You see inside the curio cabinet, I have a few cards in there as well. They're just sitting on these little card stands. Now the ones I linked to here aren't the same as there. Those are basically easels, but I like the stands better, and I think the next order I get, I'm going to get these card stands. But basically, you can put a top loader on it. You can put a graded slab on it. Really makes it look awesome sitting in your curio cabinet. It's pretty cool. Then I come to the magnifying glass with a heavy base, and it has a light on it. Now, I also happen to double using this for my videos, but can you see this here? Oh, hey, oh. So it's got the big base right there, right? And you got to see the light. And it's a magnifying glass. I'll try to do the light so it's not shining on you, right? Okay, so you get the idea. But this is a really nice. It's a heavy base. It also comes with a clip if you want to just clip it to your table, and the clip is really strong. It's a super strong clip if you want to just do it that way. But I have this link to Amazon. It's like 30 bucks. But it's been helpful. I've had this for 3 years, and I use it a lot. Look at your cards. Make sure before you send them in for grading, make sure they don't have any minor flaws you missed by just looking at them with your naked eye, with your optics and stuff. Black breaking mats. Now you see when I do my breaks, I always use a breaking mat. And you think it's something, well, only breakers need it, or only people on YouTube doing videos need it. Let me just tell you, it's nice opening cards on a mat like this and not doing it on your dining room table where it's going to slide. They could slide off, or somebody sets a Coke can on it, or it's a thing. It's a ritual. You put your breaking mat out, you get your blaster, you get your hobby box, you open up the packs, you put the hits up at the top. It's a whole thing. Now, what I linked to on eBay, it's $18.75, but you get 2 breaking mats. The reason I say get 2 is if you have a buddy, if you have a son or a daughter or a friend that collects sports cards and they want to open also, you give them their breaking mat, they're open them up on their side, you open them up on your side. That's pretty cool. That'd be fun. Finally, most of you know I'm not a big fan of sports card binders, putting cards in binders. You probably already know that. If you don't, that makes sense too, because why would you know that? But you might know. So I'm not a big fan of binders, but if you are, then I did link to a well-reviewed sports card binder on eBay. Comes with 20 pages. This one has baseball guy on the front. You can get the different sports on there. But it's 22 bucks on eBay. Seems to do the job for what you're into if you're a sports card binder kind of guy. So once again, that's how I got 21 sports card supplies that I think are important. I think are important for sports card collectors. I think they're important for you. If you buy them off of the links from my website, I very much appreciate it. I thank you because you're supporting me. You're supporting the channel. You're supporting my wife, not yelling at me. What, you're doing another video? It's a video where there could be money. I could end up getting like 10 cents. You don't know. So it supports that. I appreciate it. Even if you don't, the fact that you stuck around to the end of this video, I'm going to give you a sports card supply kit. I'll give you some top loaders. I'm going to give you a magnetic one-touch card holder. I'm going to give you some card savers. I'll give you a little kit. I'm going to send you a little kit. Make sure you hashtag sports card supplies in your comment. Tell me some of the sports card supplies that either maybe I didn't mention or the ones you really love that I already mentioned in this. And then I'll do a random drawing in the next couple weeks. But whatever you do, make sure you have a happy hobby.